So your CO2 inhaler will come with the inhaler itself and the regulator that can be used for the soda stream or the regular CO2 tank. For the regular CO2 tank, you need this adapter which comes with it, and you would screw down to here, and I'll show you how to do that. It comes with 2 masks and the hose. And it comes with blue tubing to connect the tank to the machine, as well as the 12-volt adapter to power the machine. The first thing you want to do is power up your machine. And you can see there's a connector inside of the machine. So you just take your power adapter and plug it in to the hole inside of there. And then you'll see it says CO2 inhaler, and then you just set the time, which I'll show you in a few minutes. You set 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then here you adjust the CO2 percentage. And next thing you want to do is set up your masks. So you take this hose and you connect it to this blue piece right here. You just push it right on, slides on really easy. And then you take the other end of your hose and attach it to the mask, like so. And then next step will be to connect regulator to the soda stream. And for that, you just screw it on tight. And to the left will decrease the pressure. So right now there's no pressure coming out of there. And to the right will increase the pressure. So you want to have it to the left all the way while you're plugging in, turning your hose. So you just push it right in. And if you want to get it out at some other time, you just push the black piece in and pop it out. Your one might be a different color, the one that you get potentially. And then the next thing you do is take the other end of the hose and you plug it into the machine, like so. And then we'll give it a little pressure. So we want it to be around like, until you see the dial go up to about 10, 15 PSI. That should be good enough. And you want to make sure there's no leaks. You can listen for it. If you hear a leak, make sure it's pushed in all the way. And then the next step is to decide how many minutes you want to do it. You can do it 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, or 30 minutes. And let's say we'll do it for 5 minutes. And what will happen is the ball will go to the pressure of CO2 that you're at. So right now we're at about 2%. Going up to 4%. Just move the thing a little bit and it'll stay at 4%. 8% is very high, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. If you go above 4 or 5%, you can see the red there. You should do that for a much shorter period of time. If you can go a little bit longer with the lower percentages, like 1 or 2 or 3%. And let's say you want to end early, you press the reset button. And if you want to start another session, you press the 5 minutes and it'll pop up exactly where you had it before. So next session you do, you can start it just where you had it previously. So you could do like a lower percentage for a little while, and then you could increase it for a little bit. It's very easy to move up and down. If you want to do a longer session, press reset. And the buttons are inside a little bit, just so that no one accidentally presses the button and starts a session, for example. And then when done with the session, it'll turn off automatically. But always make sure to turn the CO2 tank off. One thing is to move the knob all the way to the left, and then that should be sufficient enough. Or you could also take it off the cylinder itself. There'll be a little pressure release when you remove it. And the next step is I'll show you how to use it on the normal CO2 tank. So normally if I'm screwing it in, I'll take this off because it's easier to twist around. And you take this adapter piece and make sure there's a white washer in there, and then you screw it onto here and make it tight. And then you're going to put it on like this. Then you're going to hand tighten it as much as possible. And I always recommend do not stand in front of the tank ever, especially when you're turning it on, because if you put it on wrong or you miss a piece, there's a lot of pressure in the tank, so it could shoot off and hit you potentially, or damage something. So make sure you're always on the side or behind where it's sticking out. And a lot of times just hand tightening will be enough. I'll turn it on, I'll listen for any leaks. I don't hear any leaks, so it's fine. And you can feel the leaks too, or you could use soap and water to see if you see any bubbles, but right now I don't hear any leaks. I'm going to turn the pressure up a little bit. Okay, now turn this back to the left. And so now I will connect the blue tube as previously with the soda stream, and then turn it on and increase the pressure again to about 15 psi or so. Should be enough. And then you can start a session like you did before with the other one. And then you just put the mask on. And then breathe the combination of CO2 and air. Again, if you want to restart it, press restart. Number 5, it's still at the same level that it was before. So if you want to take it down, move it to the right a little bit. You can take it up, move it to the left. I recommend starting off shorter sessions, and you definitely don't want to overdo it. A sign of overdoing it is getting a headache potentially. And then at the end of the session, it'll turn it off, and make sure you always turn the regulator. I mean, if you're turning the tank off, you keep the regulator where it was, so it sets the same spot next to it. But always, the difference between the regular tank and the soda stream is that it has the knob on top. And the regular tank, you can turn it off. So turn it to the right all the way to turn it off. Every time you're not using it, make sure you turn it off. And you could have it sitting at your by your seat, by the TV, or you could have it by your desk and just do a 5-10 minute session here or there throughout the day.